Cinderella's story. Once upon a time, in a land far, far away, lived a beautiful girl named Cinderella. After Cinderella's kind mother died, her father married Lady Puffy. Lady Puffy had two arrogant, jealous, and quarrelsome daughters, just like herself. They would fight for hours, even over something as simple as a hairbrush.
Ah! Stop it! I said stop it! Give it back! It's mine! No!
One day, Cinderella's father had to take a long journey. Lady Puffy took this chance to give all the hard work in the house to poor Cinderella. Cleaning the whole house, carrying wood to the fireplace, and preparing meals took up all of Cinderella's time. Despite her hard work, Lady Puffy and her daughters were cruel and proud.
Mother, Cinderella is filthy. Don't let her eat in the same room with us. Don't let her sleep in our room. We're having nightmares.
You heard what my beautiful daughters have said? Go and find a place to sleep in the attic. Poor Cinderella settled in a dusty old room in the attic. Out of her small window, she looked down to the garden. And from time to time, she would talk to a snow-white pigeon. "Why, hello, sweet pigeon." As the days went on by, while cleaning up her room in the attic, Cinderella met two little mice.
Who are you little guys? Hi, I'm Cheddar. I am Mozzarella.
And I am Cinderella. You little guys love to eat cheese, don't you? I will prepare a delicious meal for you.
Yes. We are starving. We haven't been able to go to the kitchen for hours. There is a mean, hairy, sharp monster down there.
That nasty cat, Papu. First thing tomorrow morning, I'm going to prepare a delicious breakfast for you two. The next morning, Cinderella went to the kitchen without making any noise. The mean cat, Papu, waited in front of the tiny mouse hole in the kitchen to hunt Cheddar and Mozzarella. Cinderella silently took some pieces of cheese and headed to the attic. But then, Lady Puffy's daughters caught her.
What are you holding in your hand? And where are you going with it?
It's just some cheese for breakfast.
Mom! Cinderella is stealing our food.
I'm stealing? I would never steal anything.
A thief and a liar. What an evil girl you are.
The little mice went downstairs and started to run around the kitchen to scare the evil sisters.
Ah! Oh no! A mouse! There's a mouse in the house! Mom, I'm scared! Not one mouse, it's two! Ah!
Lady Puffy was just about to catch the mice when there was a knock at the door. The royal ambassador arrived.
His Majesty the Royal Prince has prepared a grand ball at the castle tomorrow night. All the young ladies around the country are invited to this ball.
As soon as they heard about the grand ball, Jezebel and Cassandra ran with huge excitement to their rooms and started to pick dresses for this important evening. Also, Lady Puffy wanted her daughters to look beautiful. So, the evil stepsisters forced Cinderella to prepare beautiful ball dresses for them. The next day arrived. Cinderella was very tired. Her little friends tried to wake her up.
Cinderella, wake up! Wake up! You have to go to the ball!
But
don't even have a dress. The only dress I have is dirty. Close your eyes, Cinderella. We have a surprise for you.
Her little friends took Cinderella to the middle of the room. The white pigeon lifted the cover of the wall with its beak.
Ta-da! Ta-da!
I can't believe it! It looks amazing! Cinderella put on her new dress and did her hair, and finally went downstairs. But her evil stepsisters saw Cinderella and went crazy with jealousy. Lady Puffy didn't want Cinderella to go to the ball when she saw that she was prettier than her own daughters. So she threw a bowl of beans into the fireplace in the living room for Cinderella to pick up.
If you can pick up the beans out of the ashes and put them back into the bowl within 5 minutes, you can come to the ball with us.
Cinderella wanted to go to the ball so much that she began to pick up the beans. Her little friends saw her situation and came to help. Within 5 minutes, they picked up all the beans and put them back into the bowl. Cinderella ran after Lady Puffy, who was already leaving, and showed the full bowl to her. Lady Puffy still did not want Cinderella to go to the ball, so this time she used Cinderella's dirty dress as an excuse, and they left Cinderella in the house and went on to the prince's castle. Poor Cinderella was very sad. She sat down in the garden and wept and cried right under a hazelnut tree that her mother had planted long ago. And just then, the hazelnut tree began to shake and to shine, and a beautiful fairy appeared in front of Cinderella.
My name is Leobelle, and I am here to help you. Don't be sad. You will go to that ball as well.
But how am I supposed to go to the ball like this?
Leave that to me. I just need a pumpkin.
The other things I need are already here.
Cinderella came back, holding a pumpkin in her hands. Fairy Leobelle began to wave her magic wand around and turned the pumpkin into a beautiful coach. The mice into very nice horses, and the pigeon into a well-dressed coach driver. Cinderella couldn't believe what she saw.
But how did you do this, Leobelle?
The fairy waved her magic wand again and put Cinderella in a beautiful blue dress. On her feet appeared sparkling glass slippers.
I look like a princess now. Thank you, Leobelle. Now it's time for you to go to the ball. Hurry up.
The fairy warned Cinderella before she headed to the ball.
But don't forget, you need to be back at midnight, or else the magic will be gone, and everything will be as it was before.
Cinderella listened to the fairy carefully and finally headed to the castle. The pumpkin coach stopped in front of the big castle. Cinderella, with her overwhelming beauty, entered the castle. The guests of the ball saw Cinderella and wondered who this beautiful young lady was. Neither Lady Puffy nor her daughters realized that this beautiful girl was Cinderella. Prince Leo moved towards Cinderella and fell in love at first sight.
Beautiful young lady, may I have this dance, please?
Cinderella was mesmerized by the magical dance with Prince Leo, so that she forgot about the time. When the clock was just about to strike 12, she remembered the fairy's warning.
You need to be back at midnight or else.
Cinderella left the prince back and ran out of the castle quickly.
Where are you going? I don't even know your name.
Cinderella ran down the castle's stairs and all of a sudden lost one of her glass slippers. Unfortunately, she did not have time to go back and take it, so she ran to the coach as fast as she could and left the castle.
Find the beautiful owner of this lost slipper. If necessary, every girl in the country shall try on this shoe.
As soon as the clock struck 12, everything turned back to what it was before. Cinderella went back to her room in the attic. She thought about the magical night she had had with Prince Leo and realized that she fell in love. But it seemed to be impossible that the prince would recognize her with her old dirty clothes. Time passed, and the prince had a huge mansion built next to the castle for the precious glass slipper. All the young girls living in the next country visited this place to try the slipper on. Even Lady Puffy and her daughters visited the famous mansion, but did not take Cinderella with them.
You stay at home. It is impossible that the shoe belongs to you.
Right, the shoe is going to fit Cassandra or to me. But I also am a young girl living in this country. I have the right to try on the shoe as well.
Lady Puffy did not even listen to Cinderella. She locked her up in the house and left with her daughters. Of course, the glass slippers did neither fit to Cassandra's feet nor to Jezebel's.
If I try only a little bit more, I think it will fit.
At nighttime, when the mansion's lights were sparkling, Cinderella made it out of the house, thanks to mozzarella and cheddar. She arrived at the majestic mansion and walked towards the sparkling glass slipper. As she was just about to try on the shoe, Prince Leo stepped into the room.
Stop! Don't move! You're going to damage the shoe.
No, it's my shoe. It fits me perfectly.
She is telling the truth. She is Cinderella.
Cinderella courageously put on the shoe in front of Prince Leo, and he realized that the shoe fits perfectly
That night.
to Cinderella.
You are the beautiful girl I danced with on that night. May I know your name?
My name is Cinderella, Your Highness.
Will you marry me, Cinderella?
Cinderella happily said yes to the prince, whom she fell in love with. They got married in the big castle and lived happily ever after. Once upon a time, in a land far away, there lived a beautiful princess named Cinderella. Cinderella was married to the handsome Prince Leo. They lived happily in the great castle and enjoyed their lives. But back at Cinderella's home, her stepmother, Lady Puffy, and her two daughters were all upset and jealous.
If I was living at that castle, I would be going to the best balls and dances. I would be eating the most delicious meals at the castle every evening.
Even their cat Papu would dream about a wealthy life at the castle. Lady Puffy was so angry that she threw Cinderella's things out the attic window one by one.
We don't need any of these things anymore. It's all useless.
Suddenly, Lady Puffy spotted a box which was left in the corner of the room. With great curiosity, she opened it up and found an old pocket watch inside. Lady Puffy took the pocket watch and headed to the living room. The sisters also were very curious when they saw the old watch, and they pressed the button on the side of the watch to open it up and to see what was hiding inside. It seemed to be an ordinary watch with an ordinary mirror, except the hands of the clock began to turn backwards. All of a sudden, bright lights shone out of the watch and lit up the whole room. They were all surprised, and suddenly an evil fairy appeared in front of them.
Finally, I'm back in the real world!
You? What? Who are you?
I am the fairy of the past. My name is Kyra Bell.
Kyra Bell was thrown out of the fairy world because she was a bad-hearted, cruel fairy. She told Lady Puffy and her daughters,
Whoever of you ladies saved me may make a wish. Anything you want. Me! I saved you. It was me.
The evil fairy Kyra Bell chose Lady Puffy for the wish. And without hesitation, Lady Puffy made a wish.
I want you to turn back time to the night of the ball. Prince Leo shall get married to one of my beautiful daughters.
Achoo!
The evil fairy waved her magic wand at the pocket watch and made every watch in the whole country turn backwards. When that happened, Cinderella suddenly found herself back in time at the night in which she became married to the prince. Then, time slipped backwards again when she was at the huge mansion that was built for the glass slipper. She tried to get into the mansion again. Then she moved back in time again when Lady Puffy and her daughters locked her up in the house and went to the mansion to try on the glass slipper. Prince Leo found Cinderella's shoe at the castle stairs, and again the clock hit 12. The wonderful dance took place once more. Then Cinderella headed to the castle in her pumpkin coach. Time kept slipping backwards until Cinderella found herself sitting under the hazelnut tree with cheddar and mozzarella, and Fairy Leabelle came back again.
Beautiful Cinderella, I came to help you. Leabelle, what's going on? The prince doesn't know me anymore. This must be the work of my evil sister, Kyra Bell.
Leabelle told about some mysterious box in the world of the fairies. It was strictly forbidden to open up that box, but Fairy Kyra Bell opened it anyway. She told that Kyra Bell was punished and trapped into an old pocket watch. After a long time had passed, she was set out of her prison by Lady Puffy and her daughters. She showed Cinderella that Kyra Bell was together with them.
Lady Puffy made a horrible wish to Kyra Bell. In order to fix this, we need to lock her back up inside of that watch. I agree, but how?
Leabelle, Cinderella, and their little friends made a plan. Another few days turned backwards. The ambassador of the castle announced the ball again. But this time, Cassandra and Jezebel didn't tell Cinderella about the ball and tried on their ballroom dresses in secret. The next day, to stop Cinderella from going to the ball, Lady Puffy locked her up in the attic and walked away with her daughters without saying anything. Before entering the ballroom, Kirabelle appeared next to them. She waved her magic wand and put a love spell on Cassandra. As soon as Cassandra entered the ballroom, she caught Prince Leo's attention thanks to the love spell. The prince headed towards her and asked her if she would dance with him.
Yes.
Meanwhile, Cinderella and her little friends were still locked up in the attic, waiting for the good fairy. The white pigeon arrived at Cinderella's small window, carrying the old pocket watch in which Kirabelle was trapped before. A moment later, the good fairy Leobelle appeared in front of them.
We have to go to the hazelnut tree right now.
Fairy waved her magic wand once, and all of a sudden, Cinderella and her friends found themselves under the hazelnut tree again. But from behind the tree, the evil fairy Kirabelle surprised them.
Your plan will fail. Cinderella will never make it. And now it's your time to be trapped in the watch, Leobelle.
The evil fairy cast her spells at Leobelle with all her nasty powers, and Leobelle fought back with her magic wand. The little mice and pigeon hid behind Cinderella because of the powerful battle. Leobelle's wand became stronger and stronger. And finally, the evil fairy was defeated and blown down to the ground.
Cinderella, the watch! Open the watch! Hurry up! No, please! I can't be trapped inside that watch again!
Cinderella opened the watch in her hand quickly. The evil fairy Kirabelle disappeared slowly and went back into the mirror in the watch. All the watches in the country started to move correctly again. But of course, this was not the end of the story. The ball! I'm too late for the ball, Leobelle! The good fairy, with a magic touch, gave Cinderella a wonderful dress and her famous glass shoes. A few moments later, with a little help of magic, she turned the pigeon into a huge bird. So, Cinderella sat down on the back of the pigeon, and without wasting a moment, they quickly flew away to the castle. But when she arrived, she saw Prince Leo dancing with Cassandra. Mozzarella and Cheddar ran to the prince and tried to wake him from his spell.
Hey! The most beautiful girl at the ball is over there!
The most beautiful girl?
Whatever. Let us dance. Look, she's waiting for you. Go!
As soon as Prince Leo saw Cinderella, he fell in love with her again, and the magic of true love destroyed the spell of the evil fairy. Cinderella and Prince Leo started to dance.
I think I know you. Your beautiful face looks really familiar.
Cinderella happily danced with the prince. Also, Mozzarella and Cheddar were dancing. Finally, everything was as it was supposed to be. Cinderella and Prince Leo were married again within a few days, and their lovely hearts were back on track. while Lady Puffy and her arrogant daughters were mad out of jealousy.
We couldn't make it again.
Once upon a time, in a land far away, there was a beautiful girl named Cinderella. The kind-hearted Princess Cinderella lived together with Prince Leo in a wonderful castle. There was an old lady living in their country who had been working in a bakery for a long time. She baked the most delicious breads. But hardly anyone knew that this old lady, Xenia, was indeed a dangerous magician. Xenia would always go into her magic room in the basement, hidden from everyone else, to prepare different potions for those who ask for her magic. As the days passed, Lady Puffy and her daughters, Cassandra and Jezebel, were still pursuing treacherous plans to take over the magnificent palace.
I'm sure there was some magic involved.
Cassandra mentioned the magician named Xenia, who was secretly preparing potions in her small basement room. On the same day, Cinderella and Prince Leo were planning to organize a ball at the castle. I'm going to wear my glass slippers to the ball. While the preparations for the ball were taking place, Lady Puffy and her daughters were already on their way to the evil magician. They walked along a forest road until they finally saw a sign with some strange letters written on it. As they moved towards the sign, they noticed a tunnel entrance and entered in. In this mysterious tunnel, which was very dark, candles lit up magically as they were passing by. And a little further down the path, an owl appeared in front of them.
What is that?
What? Sweet rodents. Who are you? What are you doing on this road? Don't you know the password?
Xenia, 1, 2, 3. Pour the potion quickly.
This is ridiculous. That's right. Follow me. I will lead you there. Flapping and flapping. Somebody turn on the owl door for me, thank you. Clockwise. Very good, ladies. Xenia, someone here to see you.
There were a lot of potion bottles around. Boilers, ladles, clamps, different herbs, plants, and tiny bats flying around in the air.
Mommy! This place is so scary. Ah!
In the colorful smoke, Lady Puffy and her daughters waited eagerly for the magician. Finally, Xenia appeared wearing a black hat and raised her hat to show them her face.
Tell me, what spell do you want from me?
Lady Puffy realized that Xenia was actually her sister, who she hadn't seen in years.
But you are my sister. I can't believe my eyes.
Puffy, it's you.
We thought you were lost. You are a magician now?
Yes, now I can have it all. Tell me, why do you need a spell?
The girls told Aunt Xenia that they wanted to take over Cinderella's life. Xenia decided to use a very powerful spell, because her sister and her nieces were involved. At first, she asked for a hair of each girl and put it in a yellow bowl filled with some magical water. Then, she took the footsteps of Cassandra and Jezebel with the help of a basin filled with mud. She took the water, poured it into the footprints, and at that moment, Cinderella's slippers appeared on the wall directly in front of the girls.
Hiccups of horses and the speed of a cat, Cinderella's slippers will cause her to fall flat. At the sound of Puffy's voice, the glass slippers will go, only where she commands them to step to and fro.
My dear, I'll give me a ball and watch how Cinderella will fall. Can play with her like a doll and watch how the magic will flow. Magic is my everything. I can rule the world with it. Magic is my everything. I can capture all that I need. Magic is my everything. I can rule the world with it. Magic is my everything. Magic is my everything.
Finally, it was the night of the ball. Cinderella put on her favorite dress with her precious glass slippers and went to the ballroom. Lady Puffy and her daughters watched Cinderella secretly from a corner of the ball. All right, magic slippers, let Cinderella stumble. When Cinderella suddenly fell to the ground. Of course, she couldn't understand what was going on. She stood up quickly, but her feet would not stop moving, and she kicked the ball guests as they ran around the hall.
No! What is happening to me?
Cinderella ran back and forth, to the right and to the left. Neither the prince nor the ball guests could stop her. Finally, she came out of the ballroom and ran down the castle stairs, but still couldn't control her feet. In the meantime, Lady Puffy and her daughters watched Cinderella and giggled.
Princess Cinderella is leaving the castle.
Whoa, look at her go. Hey, I wonder where she's going.
Oh, the princess is leaving.
What happened to Princess Cinderella? Those shoes.
Cinderella quickly ran away from the castle. Get lost in distant lands, Cinderella. When all this happened, Cinderella's little friends, Mozzarella and Cheddar, asked Fairy Leabelle for help under a hazelnut tree.
Leabelle, come here, wherever you are. We need your help.
Leabelle suddenly appeared in front of Mozzarella and Cheddar and flew straight to where Cinderella was. The magic glass slippers changed their color and turned red. Leabelle waved her magic wand to Cinderella's shoes, but it did not help.
Slippers of speed, not meant to be comfy. Stop when your path gets muddy and bumpy.
The fairy's magic phrases created a swamp on the road. The glass shoes got stuck in the magic swamp, and they stopped. But unfortunately, Cinderella began to sink into the swamp too.
Help! Leabelle, I'm sinking!
Leabelle waved her wand 3 times, and wings grew out of Cinderella's shoulders. Cinderella used the new wings to escape the swamp.
Leobel. You saved my life, but I will never be able to see my glass slippers again. The glass slippers were bewitched, Cinderella. Hurry, let's go back to the castle.
Fairy Leobel gave Cinderella new shoes, and they went back to the castle together. Cinderella was very happy to meet Prince Leo and her little friends again. When Lady Puffy and her daughters realized that their evil plan had failed, they left the ball immediately.
The good ones always win. I hate it.
Cinderella and her loved ones always stay happy. The owl watched everything and told the magician Xenia,
Hey, Xenia, listen. The soothing did not work.
No! This can't be happening. How can they defeat a magician like me? Nobody can do that.
Whoa, calm down, woman.
once upon a time, in a land far away, there lived a magician named Xenia. Xenia believed that she was the most powerful magician that had ever existed. But when the fairy Leobel broke one of her spells, Xenia realized that her magic had weakened. So, she used her magic to summon magicians and witches to join forces.
I'm calling for you, magicians and witches from everywhere.
Do you think the thing is turned on?
Give me a sign.
The first one to respond to Xenia's calls was the evil witch Hela. Then, Vega from the underwater world came into conversation. And finally, they began to make treacherous plans together. Hela told that she wanted to destroy the beauty of Snow White, and Vega planned to take control of the underwater kingdom by harming mermaid Aria.
We must win a war against the princesses, but we will start with Cinderella.
Then let's go get Snow White.
And Aria.
As the trio of witches cackled with evil laughter, Cinderella awoke to a happy morning with her little mouse friends.
The rainbow is all above. Your prince will give you love. So never give up believing. Two hearts are never leaving. Dream, Cinderella, dream. Your heart shines in this dream. Dream, Cinderella, dream. Your heart shines in this dream.
How beautiful you look, my princess.
But before she could answer, the earth began to shake under their feet. The trees around them were about to fall over. They swung to the left and to the right. Cinderella's friend, the white pigeon, flew towards them nervously.
What's going on here? Please call for help, White Pigeon.
When the white pigeon noticed Cinderella's situation, she flew to the ocean with a letter to the underwater kingdom.
What is happening?
No, the castle. My prince, look, the castle is falling.
The castle began to fade away. It was about to be wiped from the earth. This was all happening because the 3 evil magicians, Xenia, Hella, and Vega, bewitched the castle together with the help of their crystal balls. They thought they couldn't be stopped.
And when the castle completely crumbles, you will disappear.
Crumble, little castle.
When Cinderella and Prince Leo ran away from the castle, it began to rain. So they took shelter under a hazelnut tree.
This is a hazelnut tree. That means we can call for Leabelle.
Cinderella put her hand on the hazelnut tree, closed her eyes, and called for the good fairy Leabelle.
Leabelle, Leabelle, help us to break the spell.
When she heard Cinderella's voice, Leabelle appeared under the tree and used her wand to find out what was going on.
There's witches in the tree.
Oh no, Cinderella! This is the work of 3 powerful witches. They are so strong. We must hurry up and break this spell.
With a little magic,
Whoa!
Fairy Leabelle took everyone to the castle. When they arrived, they couldn't believe what they saw. The old castle was gone. Instead, there was a new, evil-looking castle. Mozzarella and Cheddar were also in shock. Suddenly, Xenia the magician appeared in front of the castle, with Hella and Vega next to her.
You came to the wrong place. Now you don't have a home.
And now you will disappear too. Each of the evil witches started to fire magic bolts at Cinderella. Leabelle panicked and tried to shield Cinderella from the magic rays with her wand. But she was outnumbered, and the magic drained the power. She was almost defeated. She couldn't hold her magic wand any longer, and it dropped. Cinderella quickly took the magic wand and turned it to the witches. Fortunately, the light from the wand could stop the magic rays.
Oh no! Oh no! What are we going to do now?
But the evil witches wouldn't give up. This time, Vega used her power to defeat Cinderella by using water from deep down in the earth. She made the water split, and water streamed out.
Oh no! How could she do this?
You will never be able to defeat me. As the waters streamed all over, something unexpected happened. Little Mermaid Aria's father, King Poseidon, appeared.
I read your letter. Leave Vega to me.
Poseidon used his trident and directed some of the water towards the witches.
Throw the witch in the trash.
Stop!
You can't do this! Vega tried to stop the water, but she couldn't. Poseidon pointed his trident at the witches again and turned the water into ice, so that the witches were trapped in a giant ice block. Leabelle saw her chance to help. She reached out for her wand and used its power to wrap a chain around the ice block and put a big lock on them. Then she lifted them up and threw them onto a mountain where no one would ever dare to climb. Finally, the witches had been defeated.
Thanks, Poseidon!
Poseidon returned to the underwater kingdom. Good Fairy Leabelle made the new terrible-looking castle disappear and restored Cinderella's beautiful castle back to where it was. Prince Leo and Cinderella were so glad to have their castle back.
Thank you, Leobelle. No matter how evil the witches are, they will never be able to defeat your kindness. I will protect you forever, dear Cinderella.
The witches received the punishment for what they had done. They stayed trapped in the ice block on a mountain until the sun melted the ice, and they returned to their lives.
This war hasn't ended here, Leobelle and Cinderella. As soon as Rapunzel's witch Camilla joins us, you will be defeated.